Hello, everybody. Welcome to my guide for money making with Necrotic Runes. Um, I see that, I want to start making guides for people like me that were kind of returning and maybe don't have requirements, like all the requirements like most people do that they make the guides for, and they're kind of in between that like budget setup, budget like requirements versus having like the max output requirements. And I just kind of wanted to make it a little bit more explanatory and kind of just for returning players that might not know, and also people that just kind of don't have a lot of the requirements and kind of have to sit there for hours like I always have to do on the wiki and find solutions or workarounds and stuff. But anyway, I noticed that the necrotic runes were really valuable. I haven't played much since necromancy came out, but I recently started playing a lot and got necromancy to level 70 in just the double XP weekend. I still got 19 hours left. But anyway, right now I am currently 85 runecrafting, and I already made some. So if you're 82 or under 92, the best thing to do is do bone runes, which are right here, the bone runes. But if you do not have either the extreme runecrafting potions or cannot boost up to 92, then it is probably better to do flesh runes. And I can check right here. Yes, it is. Yeah, you have to do flesh runes until you can either boost or you have 92. Okay, and so all you need is the impure essence, and you need a access to the necromancy area, which is the city right here, and you can start the quest by going in Draenor Manor and where Death's office is and exiting it, and right in front of it is there's a portal to the underworld, and it'll take you to the beginning of necromancy. And anyway, but once you get there, I currently have a passing bracelet and I grinded it out for it. I honestly think it's really worth it because it gives you teleports throughout throughout. But it helps you because it teleports you right outside the dark portal is where you're going to need to access the altars for these runes. And your gear setup, I always made a preset right here. If you don't have either, like I said, the rune crafting potions are able to make them, or you just don't have them made yet, don't waste the money in buy or making them until you are uh, 92 for the uh, for the or until you are okay. Yes. All right. So yes, the spirit runes are the only ones you want to do at 99 plus. You would want the extreme rune crafting potions because then it will boost you to where you get multipliers above the 99 threshold. But there is no multipliers above 99 if if you're boosting from like let's say in the 80s up to 99, there is no more multipliers past 92, so it really isn't worth it to use them. So that explains that. But anyway, if you have runecrafting pouches, I would recommend using them. You know, and if you have the ethereal infinity ethereal set for runecrafting, you can use that. If not, I'm just using armor. If you really don't need like anything armor wise too much because you're not going to do too much running because you use a dash and you teleport out. So and the power burst of sorcery. Now it shows you right there. It says when you craft runes, your rune essence will double. Like the multiplier is doubled, and so basically you just get double the amount of runes you're going to get, uh, regardless of what you're getting for your rune crafting level times the multipliers. And That's really all you need. I also recommend getting a ring of imbuing. You can buy one on the Grand Exchange and just wear it. I'm not too sure. Let me see the requirements. I think the ring of imbuing is just, it doesn't have any requirements. Okay, good. So yeah, you can wear it at any level, and let me see how much it is for you real quick. So you can just so I can so you know. So it's about a mil on the GE. Sometimes it will you'll have to put it in for like 1.5, but especially right now during double XP. All right, so this is what you need. Uh, if you currently look at my stats, this is just like I said earlier about maybe not having the quite the requirements that some of the recommended says is like you can still do it and it's great money, and a lot of people deter themselves because having to just research stuff and wind up finding out that you have to do a lot of stuff to unlock certain things or have to grind 5, 6 levels just to be able to make 20 mil extra an hour on certain methods and all that. So I just wanted to make it for people like me and returning players, and hopefully it helps everybody out. But anyway, I have 89, so I'm not even 93 for the Abyssal Titan, but the Abyssal Lurker in is pretty low uh, requirement. I believe it's in the 60s. Yes, it's 62. So that right there is most people should have that. If they're looking for money making guides with higher rune crafting level. Um, so yeah, this is what your preset should look like. You just have pure essence, the pouches, power burst, sorcery, and then make sure you fill your familiar up. And then right here, you just go to settings for your presets. You would make sure you have at least these two saved, if not all three saved, so it saves your inventory, your worn equipment, and your familiar, you know, presets of what it has in it currently. So I just do it like that, and then you want to make sure you save it. So you will go right here. So once you have your inventory set up like you want it, you just right click one of the buttons down here and you save whichever one you want. And then if you have an issue like I ran into earlier where you're familiar uh, wouldn't have essence in its inventory even though you tried to save it and you have the familiar active right here, I've noticed that this is the problem. The familiar uh, save preset is separate right here, and this one just allows you to add your familiar's preset to it. So you actually have to right click and save on your familiar or Beast of Burdens preset as well. So then when you save your preset, then you can just click it one time, you're ready. And then also I recommend having one of your action bars, at least having some type of teleport to a bank. The you can use the passing bracelet. It helps. Like it just you have to walk a little bit to the bank from there, or you can use any of the other methods. But I just usually use Warrior's Retreat because it's free and it's easy. And I just put it on my hot bar so where I can easily click it and put it right beside your passing bracelet. And then your passing bracelet, make sure you have it on and not just in your inventory. If you don't have ethereal outfits, because you can just right click instead of having to right click rub and then choose a number to teleport, so it will help you out a lot. And all right, so once you have your inventory, you just want to click your passing bracelet, go to haunt on the hill, make sure you have your camera turned because the portal is facing the south direction, and then you just want to surge one time, click the portal, see which altar you want to use for your level. So right now I am in bones. So then I come over here. But you're just all you literally make sure everything's good. Make sure if you're using a rune crafting potion, it's active. If not, then just drink your power burst, and you'll get a minute cooldown right here, and then you just craft your runes. And so instead of me getting 160, 70-ish, I got 336 because of that. And then you're just going to want to click your bank teleport, and literally it just depends on the loading time. If you have low loading times, then I would recommend trying to use or a teleport to a bank that is in the city of so that it loads hopefully the same area and it can go a little faster for people that have slower computers. All right, and then when you come back, you just want to put your inventory ready again. Go back to the hall, but this time you won't be able to use your power burst because it is on cooldown. So you can usually get one trip in before your power burst goes back on the refresh, so you can use it again. So what I always do is just come in here and see it's still at 50 seconds. So I just still go ahead and craft a inventory of bones and teleport out. It just adds to your GP per hour. You don't have to, it makes it less click intensive, but it's worth it for the profit because these are such good money right now. And then by the time you get your next preset and you teleport in, it will be around 30 seconds for your power burst timer. And then usually if it's like a 10-second timer, then I'll just sit here and wait because by the time you teleport or anything, then it'd be up. So there you go. So usually per minute you can get 2 trips, and that's usually pretty good because I mean, heck, that's about 500 bone runes per minute. And then you just rinse and repeat. Alright, excuse me. I've noticed the power burst, since it just shows 2 minute timer when I went to craft the rune, I thought it was just like when it crafted it like bugged into 1 minute, but apparently it's a 2 minute timer, so you can only use 30 per hour, which makes sense. I see that on the wiki, but so really you're going to use like one dose every like 3 to 4 trips if you're really efficient. If you're like kind of just if you don't have a passing bracelet uh, or a fast bank telly like the Wars Retreat, then I would say that you're not going to get but a few loads per 2 minutes. But anyway, this is just I'm going to show you what I got from maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Well, that's just like 10 minutes of doing it, like back and forth, like not even as efficiently as I possibly could. I don't have all the pouches. I don't have, the durability all the way up, so I'm losing runes. I don't have the summoning max for the best, Titan and for familiar and things like that. So that's kind of why I wanted to show y'all that this is still viable and this is still better than a lot of the PVM, like mid-tier PVM, that just have to hope and pray that you get one of the like rare drops to make all the money instead of it being hit and miss on if you're going to make any money, or even the regular drops like most hours if you're not doing it super efficient like the guide says or have all the requirements like the guides say, then you won't make nearly that amount of money. So that's kind of why I wanted to show you all this. And then now I want to go to the GE real quick and sell it and see what I get total for it. And then I can also show you what I bought the impure essence for, and also, you know, I've only used like a potion and a half of sorcery, so that's like what 200k, 300k. Let's see. Let me go to my history. All right, so Abyssal Titan, I only had to use like one for as long as I did it. I maybe used, let's see, I had AK. I used like 12 or 1100 essence and made, quite a bit. I think I had some of these spirit runes in my bank beforehand, but it's all good. Let's see. I always lower it by about 5% just so that it auto sells, but I know that there's people that, flip and things like that, merch, so usually it just goes anyway. Alright, and then that was around 7.2 mil. It's about 7.2 mil for what? Minus the cost. Let's see. The cost. Alright, so yeah, it's about a little less than a mil for the total cost for the essence, the power burst, and the abyssal lurk pouch. Okay, so the total price or cost, I should say, for this 10 minutes that I made 7 mil on, 7.2 mil on. Alright, so my total cost for that like 10 to 15 minutes or so that I made the 7.2 mil on, it cost me about right around a mil, a little under a mil, and that's like, doing it fast, trying to just, buy it as fast as it will buy. But yeah, and that just shows you right there, like I went from, having 7 mil in 10 minutes. So if I did it efficiently, I could, you know, make around 50 to 70 mil in an hour, hour and a half without even having the full requirements that they say on the guides. And that's kind of what I wanted to show y'all about all this when it comes to making guides. And I'm going to make a lot more guides similar to this. I just wanted to help people out, and I hope it helps for anybody out there trying to make money and around the mid to high end levels before you have all the requirements unlocked for a lot of the mid to high end PVM, and you don't want to sit there and just kill 200 300 Vindicta like I have and only get like maybe 20 mil for 400 kills, even though I can kill them in a minute and a half. But anyway, that concludes my guides. Just let me know if you want me to make any more guides, and anything you want me to improve on, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thank you.